Hey everybody, welcome back to Gaijin Guided. And tonight what we're going to talk about is one of my favorite things that starts to pop up around this time of year in Japan as we move into winter. And let me show you right here. And it's these. This is basically just corn soup in a can. And it's really, really good. Um, and of course, this being Japan, you can get these out of vending machines, and they're okay. They're basically they're hot. I mean, not so much like burn yourself. Although when you do get these cans out of vending machines, occasionally I have had to like sort of set them down for a second, just because I was holding them in my bare hand was getting a little uncomfortable. But oh man, this stuff so hits the spot. And there's also I haven't tried it, but there's this like red bean soup that they also put out. And my personal favorite is this hot apple juice, apple cider. Oh my God, when it is cold outside, being able to get a can of this just and drink it down, it is the best feeling ever. You know how when it's cold and you're outside for whatever reason, and you're able to get your hands on a nice, hot, tasty drink, just that feeling of warmth going through you. Oh, it's so good. It's just like, yes. And they didn't have this the last time I was here living in Japan 10 years ago. But this is possibly one of my new favorites, and it's onion soup. I don't think it's exactly French onion soup. Well, I guess it might be more accurate to say it's probably trying to be French onion soup. It doesn't quite taste like the real thing, but it's still pretty darn good. And both of these have like genuine kernels of corn and bits of onion, and in that other one I would assume real red beans. And as I said, they're seriously tasty. Now, I'm not going to pretend that this is like the best corn soup I've ever had. That's actually sort of like a good way to put it would be like Japanese Denny's called Joyful. Oh man, they have the most delicious corn soup ever. Um, and I can't pretend that these are in any way, shape, or form healthy for you. I mean, just you can kind of tell by the taste that they're absolutely dripping with sodium. But man, sometimes when you've just got that urge and it's cold outside, these things are so what the doctor ordered. And it's just such a nice example of some of the more unique things you can find to drink here in Japan. It's really kind of unfortunate that canned soup is so crammed to the gills with sodium. This would be a really great thing to be able to have available in the vending machines in America. But then there's a lot of stuff in the vending machines here in Japan that I would love to see in the vending machines in America. Although I don't know if we could quite have the self-control, perhaps, to avoid just turning these into uh, more sources of sugar to dump down our throats back in the good old US of A. So perhaps maybe the Japan's vending machine culture, not having quite caught on to the degree it has in the US is perhaps a good thing for everybody there's waistlines and chances of avoiding heart disease and diabetes. Okay, guys, that's all I had to say this time around. As always, please comment, rate, and subscribe. Of course, you can also join me on Tumblr at Gaijin Gaiden. Yes, that's right, you heard me. We now have a full-on Gaijin Gaiden Tumblr. And of course, you can also join me on Twitter at Gaijin Gaiden. Until next time, everybody, take care and have a good one.